In the world of B2B buying, more than half the decision making is emotional. Like all the stuff you just said there. Am I going to limit myself in my career? Am I going to get in trouble? Like this is big acquisition to my tech stack or whatever the purchase is that I'm making impacts the ability for my company to be successful, right? And I don't want to make the wrong decision. When you started talking about how trust compounds at the beginning, I think we have to put those two together, right? Trust, there's the intangible. Like, I'm a two-time SaaS founder. I know the mentality of, holy crap, nobody else built anything like this. As soon as they just understand what we do, oh, the floodgates are going to open, right? And it just doesn't work that way. In fact, those 100 interviews where I asked, what are your top 10 challenges to creating long-term sustainable growth? Not one even came close to talking about the product. Not one. Now, it doesn't mean for all the CPOs out there, that is, we have to have a great product. I mean, it's got to be more than table stakes. We got to be able to dazzle. We got to be able to wow on the product side. Like getting on that day one short list is not about the product. We have to be trusted that we serve the category that they're looking at, but we've got to be known and trusted first, right? And then we're going to dig in. It blew me away. Not one of 100 C-suite executives said anything about product. And then you know what else? Not one of the challenges were external. They were 100% internal.
That's interesting. But it kind of goes back to what we talked about a bit earlier, is that delivering maximal value to the customer, which again gives you the right to capture value as well. It cannot happen if you don't have your orchestra playing the same tune. So figuring out what that tune or what that song needs to be, I can really empathize with why your guests or why the people interviewed would focus on that as a major topic to solve. What I would also challenge is I think we're being a bit too literal about what product means. Because to me, yes, like, of course, the product is a technology, it's a piece of code that we ship, or it's an experience or whatnot. But I think it's just as much about how that product makes you feel, like how integrating, how partnering with this company, what it looks like, what it feels like, how it gives you energy, how it helps you go in back to your own organization and build better things and make better choices. Because in so many of these cases, it is this constant trade-off of where do we put our resources? Like we all battle with this, right? And if you think about your product, not just as a piece of software, in this case, or an API, but if you think about this at this overall customer experience or customer journey, and you try to design it around this, I think that's where you start, again, can go back to compounding trust, or we can come back to building a true, like valuable, meaningful relationship instead of being a vendor.